Welcome back to our Farming Simulator Start From Zero challenge. Today, we've got some really nice fun stuff ahead of us. Of the things we need to accomplish today, we're going to need to get fuel in both the AgroStar and the John Deere. They're both kind of running low. And then I've got a couple contracts for us here, a wood transport and a deadwood mission. We're going to take care of those because we're trying to save up for $35,000 to be able to put a canning factory in here somewhere. Because that's going to help us actually start to use these parsnips that have been holding up our trailer for a good chunk of time. And then we can also probably, I think we can move some of this stuff here. I don't think we can do everything our greenhouse produces, but I do believe a good majority can be processed in that preserved goods factory, that canning factory. So we're trying to get $35,000 to get that thing placed. So that is my main goal today. I want to get the money out of the way. I want to get the thing placed. I want to get these products at least starting to distribute to our canning factory, and then I want to try to get a little bit of extra money set up. A couple things before we do get going in the used vehicle sale. Nothing is new except for this mower, but believe it or not, we already own that exact mower over here, so we're not going to worry about that. So let's get our John Deere going here. Man, I really do love this tractor. I just love it. It's so nice. I do love that it's a little noisy too. We're going to step away from it with the camera there though, just so it's not as loud. And let's throw our front loader on it right here as we get this thing set up for our very nice mission. We're going to need those bale forks, or sorry, I say bale forks, I mean these log forks here. I want to get those on the John Deere as well. So let's get those on. Lift up the front loader a little bit. Try to get it off of my other implements for the front. As you can see, I did not succeed. And then we're going to spin around here quick. I want to be able to get our big weight for the back, because these wood transport missions do push this little John Deere pretty seriously. So we definitely... Oh, I'm on the wrong weight here. We want this one. That's the one. So let's get this thing. Man, I love the noise these things make. I gotta say it again. Let's get this going here. We're heading on up to the northeast section of the map, I believe. I want to check out the location here. Up by area 106 for the deadwood mission. And then for the wood transport, we are way up. We're just north of the lumber mill for the pickup. So what I'm hoping to do is... Man, the problem is if I grab the deadwood, we would end up having to either sell it at the first place or bring it back to our own wood mill. We could actually do that. We could swing by and just try to only clip the back end. Let's do that. It's a little bit of a risk involved there, but I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Let's get this set to the front loader. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you up at the wood loading contract. So let's get over there. I'm not really in the mood to get hit by a train though, so I do think we're going to wait this one out. Just something about it doesn't scream cost friendly to get hit by one of these bad boys. They are beautiful though, aren't they? Okay, here we are. Look at this. I've always kind of loved this area of the map where you kind of have to go up this little hill. I do remember some significant cheese coming out of it, especially early save. On this one, there was a little bit of malarkey that we got up to, but it was very worth it. It was a lot of fun. So here's what I'm thinking. It looks like, I mean, there's not really that many logs, so I think I'm going to park the trailer just kind of perpendicular here, just to make loading a little bit easier. It seems like the right call, just in this given point in time. So I'm just going to get this thing parked here. I'm thinking I want to leave a little bit of space, but not too much here. I mean, that looks really good. Really good. I want to unfold the trailer here, and then... did I hit the wrong button there? Oh, there it is. Perfect. And then we're just going to leave it right here. That looks awesome. And I don't think this is going to take too long. I mean, there's what, 8 logs here, maybe? Maybe 8 logs here? I don't anticipate this is going to be too terrible. I mean, is that a 3 grab? Free grabs don't happen. We're gonna baby it. Oh, we're losing it. We are losing it. At least that's what my wife tells me. She definitely tells me I'm losing it, so it all works out. Here we go. Gosh, that actually went really well. I'm happy about that. I'm really actually ecstatic about that. Back up a little bit. We got a lot of weight on the front of this tractor. And let's just let these dogs out, see what happens. Honestly, I'm not happy about the way that that kind of unfolded there. Maybe we can... That works well. Alright, well, I'm just going to take a minute then. I mean, it's fairly self-explanatory. Putting the logs in the trailer. I'll be back. There we have it. All things considered, that took just about as much time as I thought it would, being not much at all. It was actually fairly efficient. We didn't have any major mishaps, which I am pretty good at having some major mishaps. Where are all the straps? There we go. They're just being a little silly. Don't blame them. Gotta have a little fun once in a while, even if you are an orange strap. What can I say? You know? That being said, we might have to move the weight to the front, depending on how this thing handles, because that has been an issue in the past. But for now, we're just going to head... we're going to follow this outside path here, which might be a little fun with the weight, because this is where our Deadwood mission is at as well. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We are at the Deadwood location. And as you can see, we have a little bit of weight in the back. The tractor is not running, but we are definitely making an attempt to get away. So I really didn't even look at how many trees we have, but I do see a couple really nice candidates right here. I'm sure these are marked as well. Let's just take a quick peek here. I'm looking for the orange marking. Look at that. I don't really even feel bad for this tree. If you guys always have issues with the trees not falling over, you just want to use a little bit less angle, so instead of like cutting like that, just a little bit of angle to one side. And I want to actually set this one up to be grabbed efficiently, because this is in a fairly decent spot. If I drop it between there, we're going to have some issue, but if I try to drop it right here, I think that's the play. So let me just look at where my... Okay, and like this, maybe? I don't know. I'm not that good at this. Come on, right next to those trees, right next to... That's right down the middle. You know what? All things considered, I could have done a better job. I could have done much better. But, I mean, this looks like if I can drop this one kind of yonder, maybe? I mean, what's the worst that happens? You know, this is one that I'm not able to grab. That's very possible. And I do dislike that you can't run with the chainsaw out. I understand it. It's the whole don't run with scissors as a kid thing, but I'm an adult. I should be able to make the adult decision to run with a chainsaw. I don't know. That one's kind of open to interpretation. Let's see how we're looking here. I mean, that one's actually fairly recoverable. I do think that one will be fine. So I'm just going to take a minute here. There's one way over there by the high end of the tractor. So maybe we're just going to kind of work our way that way. I do like to walk around the right edge. Or I say the right edge, but I like to walk on the far edge just to take a peek, because for whatever reason, these Deadwood missions are so good at wasting my time. I'm sure you guys can relate to that. It's like I lose a tree. It's like, how do you even lose a tree? But I do it. I'm good at it. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. I lose a tree in a farming simulator game, and it happens often. So, I'll be the first to admit it, but it happens. Either way, I'm just going to take a minute. I'm going to get the rest of these trees chopped down so we can continue with our happenings today. I honestly thought there was more trees than that. And this is actually set up really well to go on the truck. Quick side note for anybody that's curious. I always use mouse and keyboard when it comes to delimbing these. I don't know why, I find it way more efficient. So actually, I play a combination of mouse and keyboard and controller. I find it to be much more enjoyable. So if you guys are having issues with controller and you have access to keyboard and mouse, I recommend it highly. It just, for whatever reason, it makes the game much more bearable for people like myself. So I'm thinking I'm just going to... I mean, there's a tree up that way too. I'm just going to take a minute. I'm going to get this one loaded on, and maybe we're going to grab one more tree, just to make it worth our time to mess with these things. we might need to move that way to the front now. I'm actually very excited about this. It looks like it's going to hold very nicely for us. And I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. We are going to quick do a little swap and put that weight on the front of the tractor just to kind of hopefully not have too much tongue weight and be able to keep our front wheels on the ground. Not only that, but this is a four-wheel drive piece of machinery we are using. So even if we are a little front heavy, we'll still be able to steer. Whereas if we were back heavy, we would just be kind of doing infinite wheelies, which is cool, but not as functional, sadly. I don't think we're going to be able to get to a main road, so what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of head down here a little bit. I'm hoping to get closer to the rail tracks, or the railway here, just so that the driving is easier, because if we go straight through the middle, I mean, we could just go straight across the tracks. I mean, we're a little crazy. Let's see how this goes. It's definitely sketchy. It was definitely sketchy, but I don't think the people on the roadway would think any differently either. This has to be so sketchy for them to see. But, beautiful news. Let's go stop at our little base of operations. We got these two big out-hanging pieces that are going to be very easy. Just to have our little sawmill pick them off. And then we are going to be off to finish our wood transport mission, which will open up quite a bit of financial possibility for us. You know, while we're dropping this off, we could also just switch out. We could drive the AgroStar down, take Big Red for a spin. That extra horsepower might be a little bit nice, especially considering I see some snowflakes in the air. It is December, so it might be nice just in case we do get some snow on the ground. I want to be able to actually make sure we can make this delivery. Otherwise, it's going to slow stuff down dramatically. So I think we're going to switch out for Big Red here after we get these logs into the sawmill. And all we have to do for this is just drive up and get these big long pieces over the trigger without getting these other ones over the trigger. If we get the other ones over it, it's going to be no fun. So we're just going to go wide here and then just back up to that little trailer icon right yonder. And this is perfect for us. There's one and two. That is perfect indeed. I'm actually just going to unhook this like right here, and we're just going to leave the John Deere out because it actually the forecast says it's supposed to get some sun for us. I thought I turned it off, but I turned it on twice. Very interesting stuff from the John Deere. But let's just grab the AgroStar here, get Big Red going because I mean it's just, oh my gosh, it's so big. The power difference is phenomenal. The acceleration is Tokyo Drift-like. And I'm all about it. You know what? That wasn't my best job. We probably want to actually get close to the ring there, the pintle there. But let's just, I think we're just heading pretty much straight south, to my knowledge. Maybe we also stay off the neighbor's field. He would probably appreciate that, according to my numbers. So we're just going to head on south. Let's get this mission wrapped up. You know, I want to say this tornado went through over a year ago now. I want to say it's been over a year. And those trees still look like they were battered, tattered, and abused. I do not envy those trees. That was a pretty bad storm. We still got a tornado air at the base. I mean, maybe we need to find something to do with our tornado air. Maybe we can sell our tornado air. That would be pretty nice. This is the unloading place. Maybe, oh, it's a wood cell trigger. I'm losing it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm losing it. Perfect. Wood transport job is finished. While we're down here, we can actually get gas on the way back up. I know that was something I wanted to take care of. It makes a lot of sense to do so, but $2,300 and another $900 there is a perfect $3,200 for us. Great money. Especially considering we're only $800, $801, gotta be exact. It's important, especially considering we'd be spending some money here to get fuel for Big Red and for the John Deere. We want to be getting that just taken care of as well. Pretty nice wood transport mission. It gives you the truck $4,800. I do love my wood transport missions. For me, it feels like they go so fast. And I don't know if it feels that way for other people as well. It seems like it's really easy money. Maybe it's the controls that get some people a little thrown off, maybe. But for myself, I find the wood transport missions to just be basically free money. They seem so easy to me, and looks like we have found ourselves a road sign victim. I yield to no one, no signs, and I took the wrong turn, so we're going to be turning left here. There's not really a field access. Oh, there is a field access road. Look at that. Man. I'm so smart sometimes. Fuel is cool. Not when you're saving up for $35,000 and you're putting about... Man, I mean, that's going to be $500 in fuel, isn't it? I probably should have turned off the tractor before I started, but... Anyway, we got 4 honey. We have exactly $33,800, though. It's... Not every day you end up with a perfectly rounded off number like that, and I'm all about it. They are... Is that a golden apple? What? 1 second. We're parking on the curb for this one. We're parking on the curb for this one. Lady, give me a minute here. I promise this will be worth it. I just turned you off. These tractors these days, and they're... Oh my... Well, I mean... Oh... This is in the middle of... I mean, I guess I'm not over here that much. I feel like I would have seen it by now. That is absurd. I guess it was a good day to choose to get some fuel. A beautiful collectible. That's gonna put us where we need to be for that... for that darn canning factory. I'm so excited about it, honestly. I was not anticipating getting that money there, but as I said, it's in the game. I'm going to take advantage of it, especially because they're not really showing up as often as they were when we first started the being able to pick up golden apples rule. So, what can I say? A big money. So that's all I can say, really. I'm excited about that. But now that we got fuel, we got $38,800, we can actually get this greenhouse distributing automatically to a canning factory, as well as we can get our parsnips going in there, which will open up our trailer. I'm excited for that for 2 reasons. One, we can actually use the trailer for something, which is... I know, it's crazy work. It's crazy work, but I'm also excited because then we could use the trailer... What is it making all this noise? Is it the greenhouse? The greenhouse is going crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely going crazy. But what I'm thinking is, we've got enough wood here for this thing to run. We could set this thing to distribute to a canning factory, which I've got no idea where we're even going to put a canning factory. We could put it right here, actually. I mean, is that crazy to think? Just put it right here next to the greenhouse? I don't think that's actually that crazy to think. I'm going to just throw the weeder on the back of the John Deere. This thing does not have the power to actively use it, but to move it, it's a whole different story. It's got wheels after all, so I'm actually fairly excited about this. If I put that right here, I was having such a hard time trying to figure out where I wanted to put the canning factory. We're going to have to find a different spot for the weeder, sadly, which that on its own is going to be kind of a pain in the butt. But for now, it's just going to hang out right over here. I think a canning factory is going to work so well right here. We can't really tuck it up because we got that tree in the way, but maybe, just maybe it's worth it. So we're going to go factories. We're going to scroll down. And we are looking for the preserved food factory right here. See, you can see it does parsnips, cabbages. It's got some garlic, some sweet chili peppers, carrots. I see a whole bunch of stuff. It even does eggs. So if we somehow end up with some little chonkins, I would love to get this thing in here as well, to the point where it's like, okay, so that's the greenhouse. There's a tree. I mean, it can go way back here. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with this spot right here. Let's place it. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy about this. So you bring your stuff here, and it kicks it out here. Look at this. It's got some sort of hydraulic thingy and a doozy whacker over here, and then a package mahoots it. All in one building. Very excited about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to... I mean, we've got some stuff we can do now. Let's hop into our little tab here. Our productions tab. My gosh, I can speak English, I swear. So the sawmill is doing its thing, but we want to set these now. Because the chili peppers... It can be turned. 1 second here. Let's take a peek here. Take a peek. carrots, parsnips, flour, kimchi. I don't even know what some of this stuff does. Don't even know what some of this stuff does. Rice bag, parsnips. So what do I need in order to... Okay, here we go. Here's the recipes. So peas become canned peas, green beans become jarred green beans. Cabbage, just... Oh, it's cabbage and garlic and spring onion and chili pepper becomes kimchi. And I don't think do I have cabbage as well? Maybe I do have cabbage in there. I don't think I do. Red beets. I mean, parsnips are a flat go across. So we can activate parsnips. Just because that's free and easy. Long grain, spinach. I think spinach is off the field as well. But this kimchi stuff, I'm excited about that. All we need is garlic, spring onion, and chili peppers, and cabbage. Let's look at the greenhouse. Does the greenhouse... It does produce cabbage. Oh my gosh. Whoa! Okay, that's huge. Let's take a peek again. I need to make sure I get this right. Okay, so let's go back to the kimchi here. It's garlic, spring onion, chili pepper, cabbage. We gotta make sure we have those turned on. Garlic, we're gonna change the output mode to distributing. Chili peppers, Napa cabbage, garlic, chili peppers, Napa cabbage. What's the other one? Wasn't there 4? Spring onions. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, I thought there was one more. That makes so much sense. Distributing is perfect. So now we have strawberries, tomatoes, and lettuce that are not going to be going to use unless there's something else that we can do within here. So let's just take a peek. It was... I'm just taking a peek. We're looking for like strawberries. We don't have beetroot, carrots, no rice, no long grain rice, no, and it wasn't spinach. No. Okay, so this is now all set up. This is now going to be sending its excess. Everything it can. It's going to be sending it over to here. That being said, we still need to get it started. We have what looks like some garlic here, so that can go over there. These strawberries cannot, these tomatoes cannot, but these chili peppers can. So I'm thinking what we're going to have like 2 sections. We're going to have stuff that cannot go in there, and then stuff that can. It makes so much sense. I know. But let's just kind of get this stuff where it needs to go, because I think that's probably the most logical thing we can do. Hey everybody, Nolan in Post here. This episode was dragging itself out, so I figured I would save some time and just do a quick voiceover. So the parsnips we delivered to the factory, and then it still paid us money for them, so we have pure profit coming from those. Other than that, we just kind of decided we're going to start loading up the rest of the greenhouse materials onto the trailer, and as you can see, it went fairly well. So yeah, that's just pretty much the rest of what we took care of here. Let's get back to what I was thinking in the moment. Thanks everybody. You know, the trailer does look a little bit scuffed, but what can I say? I am a professional. One of the best trailer loaders you're going to find if I actually care. But right now, I really don't care that much, truth be told. I really don't. I just wanted to get my parsnips and stuff kind of going. I'm really excited to see how this thing does. I'm so excited to see. It looks like it's already produced 25 liters of that preserved parsnip. And I don't remember ever turning on the kimchi. So that one we're definitely going to be activating as well. And that's going to be storing it for us. So I just want to double check, make sure preserved food parsnip is on and kimchi is on as well, which is perfect news. I think we might be seeing the first pallet next episode already, which is hilarious. I love that. Honestly, I am so happy with how this is going to work for us in episodes going forward. I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to get these sold for us. I'm also going to get a couple contracts out of the way so that next time you're back, we have some money to play with and potentially, hopefully, some pallets to sell that are going to be worth some big money. Until then, everybody, take care. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.